as we put in more maize. What's up, guys? It's a beautiful morning here in the western side of Kenya, in my village. We have just woken up to a lot of mist. Welcome to this channel. My name is DJ Ninja 254. If this is your first time, please subscribe on this channel. If you are my returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. The sun is trying to come out. It looks like a moon over there. That is the eastern side. The visibility is not clear until when the sun will have come out and contain the mist. The people of the tropics, that is the countries in between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, are very lucky. In some countries, they experience different seasons. But over here, especially in Kenya, we just lucky to experience the season that we know is rainy season and hot seasons, dry, rather sunny season. Like normally in this month, the month of January, February to early March is normally very dry. But of late, due to climate change, things have been changing. Like in this January, we have been experiencing a lot of rainfall. We're just lucky, like the 3 days, around 3 days, it has not rained. As you can see on the ground, it's dry. Let me sneak in through this. So guys, this is a small gate in an African kind of setup. They do this so that to prevent animals from getting in. You see, something, an animal like a cow cannot be able to penetrate here. So this was the kind of gate that some people normally put. This is for demarcation. So let me go up. This is somebody's parcel of land. But people normally, this is like a, not an official route. People now just pass through it. It's very dull, very dull. And in such kind of weather, the video won't be that clear. So you can see this is not an official route. This is K Apple. Okay, apple. This farm, guys, is full of grasses. There are some people who harvest this grass to make hay. It's a dull weather. This grass are normally harvested to make hay. In the past, guys, where my village is, I'm told that there was something known as White Highlands. You know, the Europeans colonized most African countries. Kenya was colonized by the Britain, the United Kingdom. The front camera is, let me wipe it out. Oh my. Sorry guys, I was wiping my camera. So I was telling you about White Highlands. When African colonizers left Africa, before they left, sorry guys, these places used to be white, known as White Highlands. Most of the Europeans had settled in such kind of places. In Kenya, like in Kenya, most the central part of Kenya, where there's Mount Kenya, most of them settled there, and also around western Kenya, they also settled there. Look how tall this grass is. May God protect me. That is where they settled, known as White Highlands. The White Highlands, guys, were areas that were very fertile, and generally they are favorable to their environmental activities. Sorry, they were favorable to their agricultural activities. So as people were, they were colonizing Africans, they were also utilizing the land. Like in this area, I'm told there was vast plantations of sisal. In some areas, they used to grow tea, keep animals. It's actually a very, very, very dull weather. Oh my! I think I'll have to cut this video because my camera is not that clear. Welcome back, guys. It's around 2 p.m. As you can see, the sun is now out, different from the way it was in the morning. We have just placed this maize outside so that it can dry on top of this tarpaulin. Some of this maize has already dried up, so we are putting it back inside the gunny bag. Over here, this is my old bicycle known as Black Mamba. So this is the activity that we are currently doing at this point in time. Being helped by one and only my beautiful queen. So normally, guys, this maize, or some people call them corn, it's good to place them on the sun so that the sun rays can really make them to dry up, so that when storage you don't have to be having a lot of issues. They should contain moisture content less than 12%, so that when store them, and you will be able to enjoy. In a layman's view, if you want to know that they are well dry, you'll just see by the maize. They should by the kernels, the single maize, the ones that I'm holding, they should have some things like cracks on the maize, like the single maize. If you look carefully at each and every one of them, they should be having something like cracks. That signifies that it has really dried up so well. Normally in the past, guys used to store them, I can put it awkwardly. Like in the past, people didn't shell the maize when storing. They could just store the maize with the cobs. But nowadays, people shell them before storage. So these two maize, where I'm recording this, on my left side, this is not that clean, but over this side, this is very clean. As you can see, this is more white than that one over there. So in the past, guys, people used to store the maize without shelling in some old granaries. But nowadays, people shell, dry, and then store. It is advisable to store this maize in gunny bags with some nylon bags inside, such that you wrap up the maize first in a nylon bag, and then after wrapping up, you place a gunny bag. That way, some small insects like weevils cannot destroy the maize. But if you just place it in gunny bags like that one, see, this one is just plainly like that. So it is easier for some insects to creep in and start feeding on this one. but there's a certain gunny bug. I'll show you guys in a few, that if you take the maize, place it inside the nylon bag and then outside the gunny bag, it will make insects not to get in and feed on the maize. You know, when the insects get to feed on the maize, they feed on this upper part. Some people say the heart of the maize. Over this side, you'll find that maize flour is generally maize is the staple food of this area. This is the western side of Kenya, and majority of people prefer taking this maize the way it is to the posho mills. Posho mill is where you take this maize and then it is milled to get flour. They prefer this because this is a whole meal, like whole meal. It has everything. There's nothing that has been removed. But you know, there's a certain flour that mostly being sold that is milled from the big companies and factories that has been fortified, but it is not whole. Like, I think they remove some layers of the maize before milling, but this is whole meal. Guys, so this is a drum. It was I just bought it and we modified it over here, the top lid, so we cut it this way and place. So this is where we store our maize. This drum, you might be wondering why such kind of a drum. It is because if you have such kind of a drum and you happen to have some rats in your house, they won't invade inside here. So inside this drum, the maize, we normally don't just pour it on the drum just like that. We use this gunny bag. As I was explaining earlier on, this gunny bag has, you can see this nylon, paper, plastic bags inside. This is the first one, this is the second one, and then the gunny bag. So this is because of one reason. When placing the maize, at this point in time, we have not placed the maize inside. When placing the maize inside, and then you happen to tie this first nylon bag, any insect that will be in the maize, any insect like the weevils, the insect that normally feed on the maize and poke holes and make the maize to become into small particles, they will suffocate because the air that is in, once they breathe for some time, they tend to suffocate. And then when placing the maize inside, we tend to use something like a stick to ensure that there's no empty space left. We ensure that we make sure that the maize goes so deeper and goes both to the sides and downwards, so that there is no space left. Once that is done, and also the maize should be clean, so that there's nothing that can end up cutting this nylon bag. But these nylon bags are really tough. They are kind of tough. So this is how we store. And you know, when storing your maize in such a manner, you don't have to use any is it those storage is it herbicides or pesticides to store your maize. You just pour the maize just like that, and you have clean maize. So this is a very good way of maize storage, so that the maize can stay safe for a long time, and you won't be able to contract some diseases. You know, there's a major problem here in Kenya, where, and not only in Kenya, in Africa, as I was saying, some people used to store their maize in old granaries. And you know, in old granaries, maybe some rodents get into the granary, and then boom, some diseases start to form up, and or maybe some rain get into the granary. Some of the cobs start rotting, and that is one of the cause of cancer, because it brings about aflatoxin, and aflatoxin is very dangerous to human health. That is one of the causes of cancer. So this is my style of maize storage. First, this drum. Reason: any rodent that is in the house cannot get in, because some use this technology of gunny bag with this nylon, but because they just leave it like that, and you know, sometimes those rodents can get outside the house looking for food, and then when they sense, because their sense of smell, I think it's very technical. When they tend to smell anything like food, on the way they'll come. But with this drum, you can see it's very tough. I know such a drum, there are some people who normally cut it and place it horizontally. Like if you see halfway, if I cut it halfway and place it horizontally, it's like it will form a trough for feeding animals. So this is what, and some people also, they use this drum for water storage. But we are lucky this place has a lot of water, so we don't. You might be wondering why I'm just stuck to just one point. It's because my wife doesn't want me to record around, so that's why I came in here. This is our house to show you how we store our maize. This is how we store our maize. It's actually the best way. Guys, I'm putting back the maize inside this special gunny bag. I was fetching the maize out using this gunny bag into this one. Still carrying on. So after doing this maize has to be use something like stick to make sure that there's no space in there, like this. Let me that this is a pestle. Is it pestle or mortar? Mortar. And do it like this, so that the maize is evenly distributed inside as we put in more maize. Once you have done this, guys, and then you wrap it up, the first nylon bag, the second nylon bag, and the gunny bag. Even if there is an insect inside there, it won't survive. Guys, we're having late supper. Sorry, we're having late lunch. This is pumpkin leaves with ugali. I can see it's steaming, very hot. Let me eat. I'll get back to you. Guys, in this section of the video, this is entertainment section. She's marching. I digress. So this is the tarpaulin. We have just had our lunch. It has been awesome. It has been done and dusted. I'm so much grateful for you guys for always coming back to watch my videos and supporting me. If you have not subscribed to the channel, like if this is your first time, please consider subscribing. I'll appreciate. There's one thing that I've forgotten before I go away. The gunny bag that I've just showed you guys also prevents moisture from outside the gunny bag from getting inside the gunny bag. Maji gani mama? Hiyo ni yako. From getting inside the gunny bag. These are measuring tins known as gorogoro in Swahili. So cheers guys, thank you for supporting me. See you on the next video.